This is 10 tips for how to be the best intern ever. So you finally got the coveted job as a studio runner, a recording studio. You're in. How do you become the best intern there's ever been? That I know from being an intern and also from training interns. If you don't yet have that coveted job, then I've got you covered because I've told you in this link up here exactly how to send the perfect email in order to get you that job. So go watch. This is another long one, so brace yourself. Tip number 1, this sounds stupid, but learn how to make proper tea. Oh, that's good. Coffee and fruit tea. I cannot stress enough how important this is. I've had interns that I've spent more time teaching how to make tea and coffee than I have teaching them how to use a 60-channel 51 series Neve console from the 80s. I once had an intern that put milk in mint tea, which is basically some sort of crime against humanity. Learn how to make French press coffee. That's the glass jug where you push the thing down, and proper English tea.
And don't put milk in fruit tea.
Lemon and ginger tea should be served with honey, but ask first as that's more of a preference thing. Fruit tea, lemon and ginger tea included, should also have a splash of cold water so that it is at drinking temperature a bit sooner. And I would normally leave the bag in and put a spoon there so that people can take the bag out when they want to. Tip number 2, learn about microphones. Every studio in the world has a different setup. They all look the same on the surface, but underneath, the workflow is always different. From patch bays to consoles, signal flows, headphone foldback, you are not going to be able to walk into a studio and know exactly how it all works. Even if you've worked in a studio before, it's going to be different. So you can't go in and show off because you know how to use a Neve console just because you may have had experience in studios before. But what all studios do have in common is microphones. Learn the staples and understand what they are used for. You don't have to know what they sound like, but know the difference. This will help you a lot. Tip number 3 for how to be the best intern ever: studios use Pro Tools. You won't get a job in a studio if you don't know how to use Pro Tools. I'm sorry, that's it. Learn it. That being said, it doesn't mean that you can't use Logic and you can't use Ableton. It's good to know how to use several DAWs. In my opinion, the top 3 to use would be Pro Tools, Logic, and Ableton. One of the first things I ever did when I was starting to progress from intern to assistant was I would do a lot of Pro Tools editing. I was rapid on Pro Tools and I still am, so it's good to know Pro Tools. You can learn that before you work in a studio, so get to know it. Tip number 4, learn how to read a room. When you're an intern on a session, the room's going to be full of lots of people, and it's going to be hard to know when to interject to ask somebody if they want coffee, if they've all finished their lunch and you need to clear stuff away. There are like messy cables lying around not being used. Read the situation. If everybody's there intently listening to something, it's probably not the best time to ask them if they want a cup of coffee. Don't interrupt. Wait. Or if you can do stuff without asking, that's even better. Use your initiative. No one's ever going to complain that you make too much tea or you keep everything too tidy, but always read the room. Number 5, make it noticeable to others when you are not there. When I was an intern, which seems like about 1,000 years ago, I wasn't the only intern in that studio. And all of us used to do the basics, right? So we made the tea, got the lunch, kept the water jugs full, cable coiling, collecting mics, zeroing the studio, packing down, cleaning toilets, mopping, hoovering. What I can tell you is that when I was in the studio, it was the cleanest. The tea was the nicest. The lunch arrived the quickest. Get it? Okay, so number 6. Here's something that you might not expect me to say. Recording sessions can be super boring. Don't get me wrong, some of the most amazing experiences I've had on this journey so far have been in studios when something magical happens and you're there to witness it. But when you're not really involved, like you're not engineering, producing, whatever, they're pretty dull. And after a while, they're not that interesting. This is an opportunity for you to keep yourself busy and do something. Always try to be doing something. Number 7, be prepared for long days with very little praise. This might not come as such a shock to you, but being an intern is not a very good job. The industry is not easy. It's long hours, and studio days can be stressful and tiring. And unfortunately, when you're a runner or you're an intern, you are not really seen as very important in the big picture. But don't take it personally. That's it. You are there to help out. You're not there to make comments. You're not there to make decisions. You're not there to give your opinion, unless somebody asks you. You should be thankful to be there, to be a fly on the wall on a session where something great's happened, or to be able to gain experience by watching professionals work in an environment that most people don't have access to. Just stay in your lane and do your job better than anybody else can do it. Number 8, don't take photos on sessions. As an intern, you'll probably be asked to take photos for clients in front of the desk, looking really busy, but don't take them for yourself. This is a no-go. Also, don't ever post on social media about who's coming in or who is in the studio. Studios tend to post on social media if they're allowed to, and it will be a considerable amount of time after the artist has been and gone. Days, weeks, months. Normally delayed until the release of the actual thing that they were recording, so don't post things on the day or say someone is in the studio on the day they're actually in the studio. Why? Because imagine what happens. We don't have to imagine. I'll tell you what happens. So if you post that Harry Styles is in Studio One, like right now, within minutes, there'll be hundreds of fans hanging around outside the front door of the studio, and they won't leave until they see Harry Styles. Believe me, because I've seen it happen. That's a different story for a different day. Number 9, learn how to coil cables properly. Studios have miles of cables. And when you're doing big sessions and you're recording loads of stuff, drums, strings, vocals, pianos, you use a lot of cables. And your job as an intern is to see that big old pile of mess of cables on the floor and make it nice and tidy and put all the cables away so that the next time you use them, they're really easy to get out, to undo and plug in all over again. So practice coiling cables. You can get a cable, right, before you work in a studio. So learn how to make one look tidy. I don't know if I should do a video on coiling cables. Well, how about if this video gets 1,000 likes, I'll do a coiling cable video. So practice coiling cables and learn how to respect tidy cables. It sounds ridiculous. It's the little things that matter. Tip number 10, use your initiative and help out where you can. When I was an intern and I wasn't on a session, I would find things around the studio that I could do to help the studio with its day-to-day running. Whether that's like organizing the microphone cupboard, tidying up the machine room, that's a part of the studio. If you're working in a studio, I hope you know what that room is. I would check cables. You had little machines that you could plug cables into to tell you if they were working or not. And I learned how to solder cables. I'm by no means an electronics wizard. I just used to go on YouTube and I would find videos of people repairing XLR cables or headphones, and I would just copy what they're doing. It's perfectly doable for you to learn how to solder a cable back together. So that's it. That's 10, I think, very good tips for you to become an amazing studio intern. I know it was a long one, but hopefully some of them will help you make a good impression, and that will start you on your journey through the industry, wherever you want to go after that. Studios will appreciate the effort, as will all the people that work in them, and all of the people on the session that you happen to be the greatest studio intern of all time on. And if you've learned it from here, then please tell them this is where you got the information from. Big love. Bye.